Hi, my name is Amaris. And before we begin this podcast, I would like to thank you on behalf of the rest of the team for choosing to listen to Nightlife University, an official podcast where you think it and we say it. And because of that, fair warning that the content that is discussed within this podcast contains language and certain themes that are definitely not suitable for children and for people that get offended very easily. Other than that, sit back and get ready for some real talk with Nightlife University. Welcome to our official podcast. It is Nightlife University with the Dream Extreme Pod Squad, Ablaze Amaris, Andrew Donachie, Duncan,
Hello.
and Foxy Loxy Nick Kelly is not here tonight because that's just how it is.
A tragedy.
It's a very big tragedy. So we are here potting from different parts of the East Coast and West Coast because of the coronavirus. So that happened all of a sudden. Personally, I don't have any words for it right now, so I just want to know, guys, how do you feel about this whole COVID-19 situation? Andrew has the mic.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of it's just like a thing that like we have to deal with, and like I'm in a different spot now than I was like 2-3 weeks ago. Like about like emotionally about it. Like if you had asked me like a while ago, like probably like a week or two ago, I would have been like, "This is annoying. This is dumb. I think we're all fine." But now I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah,
probably
especially with the boost and like the tragedies and things like that. I'm like,
I think it's
nope.
because like now is like the period where the actual like disease is starting to have like a grip. Like
Yeah.
the period of it gestating in people's systems is like ending. So now it's like people are either getting better or dying from it, depending on, their circumstances. But, I think if we all just do our part and we all just, stay home, making no exceptions except for very, very essential travel to like the store. I think the store is the only place you should ever go if you're leaving your house, unless you're going for like a walk or something. But if we all just stay home, we'll stay safe. I think this will be over before summer 2020.
Possibly.
I think I think it definitely will be if we all do our part. I think this could probably resolve itself by the end of May.
Yeah. So Duncan, how about you? You've been very quiet for like the past minute and a half.
Well, let me just first start out with the very first swear word of the podcast existence. This thing, okay? It, everything about it. God, I need to swear so much, okay? This thing, okay? You want to know what? I probably just alerted everyone in my entire house by just yelling, but it's okay. I think they're used to that. But I hate this. I hate this so much. Like at first, like I didn't mind because I'm not home that much. I like being home. I'm in a different state than where my school is. So it's like I
Yeah,
really
why don't you
enjoy
tell everyone where you are?
not to dox myself or anything, but I'm in
No,
Connecticut.
because my thing is, I don't understand how you go to and yet you live where you live. What state do you live in, Duncan?
Connecticut.
Yeah. Why do you go to
Because they accepted me.
I didn't know we were outing like where we were.
We're
I thought we were
doxing
being
each
generous.
It's
other,
like
okay?
the most random like place to pick. Like I'm not discrediting our school. Like I really think it's pretty rad that, you chose to cuz we wouldn't have met. So that's the upside of it. But my
Okay, yeah,
thing
but you're
is,
questioning me when I'm from like out of state, but we have people who are like from Australia, okay? Like,
yeah,
come
that's why
on.
I'm like I don't get how people like pick the schools I'm like, are there like no other like cool schools near where you live or anything like
Or it
that?
was just the only school that accepted us and gave us a good scholarship. I only applied to 2 schools. I got into both, and this one just gave me the most money.
Okay, I can accept that. I can accept that for a bit.
Yeah,
All right, that's
So,
cool.
and my parents were like, "No, you're not staying in state. You're gonna go out of the state, and you're gonna have the college experience." So I had to go out of state and have the college experience, which really sucked for the first 2 years, mind you, because there's absolutely nothing to do it. Anyways, I really no, I really hate this thing because first couple of weeks I enjoyed it, and it hadn't really hit our town yet because I live in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut. Okay, and by God, I can tell you are enjoying me swearing. Enjoy it while you can. It's gonna go on for a while. I live in the middle of nowhere, like right out. My house is in the woods, like literally in the woods. We're so set far back from our street. We're not even in the housing association. We're not considered part. We're not considered part of the street.
This is the first episode,
Yeah,
everybody.
as I said, I live in the middle of nowhere. You can title this episode coronavirus, all right? I don't care, man. I live in nowhere, right? And I rarely see my friends. We all go to different schools, like that's outside of the state, or where some of them already graduated college and they're just living their life. I don't see them that much. I don't get to spend a lot of my summers at home. So whenever I'm home, I make damn sure to go see them. And so, at first it was really cool because I hadn't really hit Connecticut yet. But these dumb who are escaping New York decided to come up and like run away from coronavirus, getting more of us sick. And so now we're like on lockdown. We're literally all on lockdown. We can't leave our house. And so the rare time where I'm home and I can see all my friends, I can't even see them. Not even the one who's literally right in front of my house. Like literally up at the top of my driveway. His house is literally right there. I can't even walk up there and say hi to him, okay? I can't, when I'm getting the mail, I can't even go up to the driveway and I can't even pet his dog because it's like the dog for social distancing. Like, I want to pet the damn dog. Like, this thing. And that is my take on the coronavirus. Thank you for listening.
I mean, yeah, that is also very annoying.
I can tell you've been holding that in for the longest time.
Like-
Oh my goodness.
I'm definitely not in that same situation, but I feel that though. It's like, like all of my friends from high school that I still really connect with, like we all go to different schools, or they're not. We don't all go to different schools, but like most of us go to a different school. Like a couple of them go to the same one. But it's like whenever I come home and we get to hang out, like every time, like we're all together, we're all in state, like in town, we all try to hang out, and we were all home because for spring breaks or whatever, and all of us were kind of getting booted off our campuses, and we were like, oh, we hang out, and then we're like, no, you're on lockdown. And I was like, and we're all like, I was like, come on, man, like
I mean, that's why you have Zoom, bro.
you just gotta pay to do anything
Zoom.
like a 45-minute
Zoom.
conversation.
All these online classes, okay? It all. Just end it. End the
Duncan,
school semester.
Calm down. First of all, do not
No.
end the school semester, because my thing is that I want my class credits complete and I want it fulfilled. Second of all, I want that check. They need to give us that check for refunds.
They're gonna wait until
The
the
check is
semester's,
gonna
like,
right back
technically
into where it
over.
came from.
They're gonna
Yeah.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna wait until the semester's technically over and then be like, oh, we went through the full semester, so we can't really technically give you a refund. We're revising our refund policy because of the orders of the state governor and everything. Meanwhile,
man.
schools like Notre Dame already have given out their refunds. Notre
Yeah.
Dame, Harvard, Georgetown, UConn, all these schools already given out their refunds. Big schools, private schools, no matter what it is. Seton Hall is giving out refunds. Seton Hall, New Jersey. They're not even that big of a school. They're just like the same size as us. I want
I don't know
want my
what to tell you,
refund.
man.
I want my
I do
refund.
too. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's hard being a college student, especially in times like this, because you need that money and you need it to like actually be worth it. Because my thing is, why are you still charging me for living on campus? Yet I'm home getting my education. So
I also want my shit back. Like I
Thank
didn't think
you. That was my next
toilet
thing.
paper was gonna be
I-
such like a big thing, but by God, if I knew it was gonna be such a big thing, I would have brought home like the giant stack of rolls I had hidden in my room. Like Oh my god, give me my stuff back. I want my
So-
clothes too.
So a relative of mine made a good point. Oh, I hope your stuff is going to be fine, but my main thing is I pray that, the security doesn't go into y'all rooms and take y'all cleaning supplies and y'all toilet paper in case they run out.
Oh my god, if they
I
do
mean,
that, I am suing the school. I am like my parents are both lawyers. I will sue the school for everything it's got. Everything. Your boy's gonna be walking away rich. Okay? Oh, it's gonna be one of those security guards who either falls asleep all the time and has no more like paper towels to wipe away the Cheeto dust on his fingers, or like one of the really high ones that just smokes weed all the time. They're like, I don't have any more wrapping paper. I'm gonna just go grab some toilet paper. Like, ah! Let me grab that Charmin Ultra Strong. It'll add some flavor.
You seriously just
I can't stop.
Damn.
I can't stop. I've been holding this in for like years, okay? You do not know how you don't know how there were so many I used to make like very angry rant videos on YouTube, and then I stopped because I had nothing else to be angry about. I've been you've seen me. I have been holding in a lot for that radio
seen you angry
show.
before. Yes, I have. My goodness. Um, very 0 to 100 on the radio show before, especially when we're off the air. Like that one time where I asked Nick about the movie.
I raised my hand. Nick hadn't even seen the movie. You're like, I literally texted you over. I'm like, I just saw the movie. I am ready to talk about it. And you're like, okay, so Nick, I heard you saw the movie. So what do you think? I'm like, excuse me? And then you muted me, and I just sat there raising my hand.
Yeah, that was pretty mean, Amaris.
At least here you don't have to see me like raising my hand. I'll just I'll just whenever you're on a monologue, I'll be like, hand is raised, hand is raised, hand is at full mast, full extension, ready to be called
All
on.
right, Duncan, you can talk.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
I just am curious to know, like, how long have you been at
This is my fourth year.
our school? This is your what year?
Fourth year.
Wow. So my thing is, okay, so compared to your past experiences, how would you compare this experience right now that we're facing with the school to, like, not even with the school, but like with everything in general from our classes and everything, to like previous like misfortunes that you had like enduring classes?
Like the pandemic.
Yeah, like
This reminds me of the Ebola shit. Like, this literally reminds me of like the Ebola shit that was going on. Like, it was.
that I didn't
That was
think was
crazy.
too. The thing is, though, with Ebola, though, I didn't feel like I wasn't as panicked about it because my thing is like, yeah, it was a big deal, but however, I didn't take it that.
It's literally
Well-
it's literally the same thing as Ebola or like the swine flu when that was going on back when I was like in elementary school.
No, I had the swine flu. But I was fine. I bounced back from it. I was
Well,
in
the
the
big-
hospital, but I bounced back from it.
Yeah.
Well, the big difference between this and Ebola is that Ebola is an epidemic, so it did not
Mhm.
it did not have a big a widespread infectious rate, while this does COVID-19 does.
Yeah, and
Very
plus
big.
this is more aggressive. Like this virus attacks you more aggressively
It's
than compared
more
to Ebola.
I say it's more infectious. I wouldn't say it attacks you more because Ebola had like a much higher mortality rate than this does. Like
Okay, fair.
The only
I
like,
think that's why
literally,
it didn't spread that much.
I'm not a health official, so I'm not gonna make like any like
We're just like
informed
predicting. Like this is
opinion.
not so. Yeah, this is not like this is
But
not
from-
anything we're certifying or anything like that. We're just like giving off our opinions on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, do
from
not
what I
take our
know and
word
from
for
what
fact.
I've read, this is pretty much just a worse flu that really only like not hardly, but like harshly attacks people with who have like more underlying conditions. And it
Yeah,
doesn't
like
really
me.
affect and it doesn't really affect people who like don't really have those health conditions. So it's like
Yeah.
it'd affect my mom and dad who are like over the age limit and also have like health conditions, but it wouldn't affect like me. I don't know if it'd affect my brother because he has celiac, but I don't know.
Maybe, but we don't know.
It mainly affects people who have like shot immune systems, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Is the main thing. And that's where like a lot of the deaths are coming from, because we all know America's not really taking care of itself in terms of health. So
Yeah, aren't we like? I wouldn't say we are the most unhealthy
obese country in the
but
world.
I was trying to think of a nice way to say it, but you
There's
beat
no
me
such
to
thing
it.
as being nice on this podcast. There's no such thing as being nice anymore. If people wanted niceties, they'd watch politicians.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, fine then.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was trying to think of another way to phrase it, but you know what, Duncan,
You're
you already beat me to it.
You're not on the radio. Just let it out. It's okay. Be your real self. Be the real you.
Also,
Just
take
do
into
it.
account that I'm a family person, so like I have to like
Well, I'm not. That's obvious. I'm not a family friendly person.
That's the highlight of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Donkey, the non-family man.
Donkey.
I'm a Duncan.
Donkey.
Dunk-
No.
Duncan, the non-family.
Is that your family friendly way of calling me an ass?
No. I
Donkey.
meant to say your name. I really thought I said your name. I didn't know I said donkey. I meant Duncan, the non-family man.
Yeah, donkey. Donkey.
I'm not a family man. I'm just your everyday man.
The all-American man.
Oh, hell yeah. Be having barbecues and shooting off fireworks from my AK-47. Hell yeah, man.
Bro, chill.
America.
Rock and roll.
Too American for you. Get out of my country, can't take it.
I just realized my shirt smells like what is the teddy bear laundry detergent? The teddy bear, that's what it smells like. It smells good.
The Tide?
It
No.
smells like bear
No, the
shit.
teddy bear one.
So bear shit.
Oh, Downy?
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored. Yeah, it's really good. It smells
Let me see.
fantastic.
If I remember correctly, the Downy mascot is really creepy.
With the bear?
Yeah, this thing
It's
fucking
cute.
it stares into your soul and looks like it's gonna eat
So
you.
does the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah, but at least the Pillsbury Doughboy is small. This one looks like it's about to go Five Nights at Freddy's on your ass.
No, it does not.
It does too.
The
You're literally
little
one
Downy
dark
bear?
night
Yeah.
away from eating like shredded cheese from your fridge to closing the fridge door and seeing that thing popping around the corner. Being like,
First of all,
I want to snuggle.
which is cute. It's adorable.
At night? Hell
It's-
nah.
First of all, that thing is advertised with children. Like if you
That
go
thing
to like
is
get the dryer sheets, they have kids with it, so that show like it's family friendly. It gives comfort for the kids too. I don't think they would purposely try to make it creepy.
Yeah, you know what else they tried not to be creepy?
What?
Like
Barney
Mickey
the dinosaur.
Mouse in 1950.
What?
Mickey Mouse in 1950.
And his competitor, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Cheese. Chucky Cheese is scary.
Yeah, Chucky Cheese is another story.
But that's a
Remember
kid-friendly
Remember
place.
when you? Huh?
You can only exclusively go there if you're a kid. Like then
Even
they like
as a
don't.
kid, the only reason why I went was for the pizza. But
Dude,
like
pizza
the
also-
games
Their
were
pizza's
the game-
good.
Their pizza is so good.
That pizza will kill me. That pizza is garbage. Piece of shit.
Are you serious, bro?
It's like cool when you're like 8 and you run on sugar, but then like once you actually go and you turn like 15 and you go there and you try to eat their pizza, I thought I was gonna die. Like I
Hold
thought I was gonna have
on.
a heart attack.
Pause. Listen.
I think you just went to the wrong Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm about to say,
Maybe,
because pause.
but-
Hold on a second. Of all the Chucky, I'm fat. So like for you to say
No,
that,
but I mean no, you're not. But okay, we'll go that way, I guess.
yeah, I like food, but anyway, I'm fat, and I will not discriminate against food. I'll be open to any type of food. But Chuck E. Cheese pizza, ever since I was young, anytime we went to Chuck E. Cheese, I had a blast with the pizza. The pizza was good, not good, good.
The pizza was good,
Okay.
and
No,
Chuck
it was
E.
good.
Cheese, Chuck E's Charles Entertainment Cheese's backstory is even worse though. He's an orphan. Did you hear that?
Oh.
Charles Entertainment Cheese. He's an orphan, and no one knew
I
when his
mean-
birthday was, so he never had a birthday party of his own, and this made him very sad.
I mean, the
That is-
mascot for Chuck E. Cheese is a mouse, so
Charles Entertainment Cheese. Yeah, and the mascot for Disneyland is also a mouse. Why is it mice? Why can't it be like a
Yeah.
dog? Give me a
yeah.
It's
dog.
like, yeah.
The thing
You
is,
look-
mice are very filthy, so
And the only dog that is like a really has like a really like prominent, part in our society is a Pluto with
Goofy.
Mickey Mouse, but he's
I'm about
treated
to
like
say,
an
isn't
actual
Goofy a
dog.
dog?
Goofy's a
Goofy's a
dog,
dog
you
too, yeah.
heathen.
Isn't Goofy a dog?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you're like Pluto. I'm like, wait a minute, what about Goofy?
Yeah, because Pluto is a dog that is treated like a dog. Meanwhile, there's like Goofy, who's just like who's walking the dog, and then it's like, wait, what?
Wait.
I can't be the only one who's like seen that and gone, wait, what? Like,
Is Pluto just like Goofy's like younger cousin who has a fetish for walking around naked and acting like an animal? Wait, where are the humans in there? Where are the humans in that world? Are the humans pets? Have they been eradicated? Is this Cars? Hello?
Cars is another one that you're just like, wait, what? These are things that I think about like very often.
Pluto is just a man with
That's
a very
like
big fetish.
my thing is that reminds me of Looney Tunes, where you will have humans, but they'll also have the animals. And Porky Pig wears a blazer, and he'll date a human. And I'm like,
Looney Tunes
this is fantastic.
encourages bestiality.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't get it. That's like
It's
Beauty
so-
and the Beast, you know?
so
Even though he
weird.
turned into a prince in the end, I'm just saying, like, before then, he was a beast.
Yeah, it's like you fell in love with him when he was like a thing. Like, I mean,
These weird fetishes, man. Oh my gosh, I can't. So this morning, actually, I went on a walk, right?
good for you.
You went outside?
I went outside.
How
for
could
a
you
walk.
break lockdown like this? We must
Hey.
report her to the proper authorities,
Will
Andrew.
you shush? I was fine, okay? There was no one out there. It was only 5 people that were out and about.
Well, it's
And
5 people that
I'm
could
talking
have
about
had
3 people that were in cars and 2 people that were in the street, okay?
Potential carriers.
They were far from me, so I was good.
Can travel the world.
I will find a way to cut your mic off on this thing one of these days. I will find a way.
She'll figure out how it's done.
I will. I will go
She
through
will-
every Google search if I have to.
She will devote her entire night to looking for a way to mute me. My, what a leisurely life you live.
I went on a walk, right? So on that walk, I realized how dead it was outside, and I was like, it feels like I'm in the midst of literally World War Z, and it was just like the land before time
Why
after
don't you
the dinosaurs were obliterated.
Why not say like the first episode of Walking Dead where you just wake up from the hospital walking around
See, here's the
outside?
thing.
Yeah.
I never watched the first episode of Walking Dead.
What
I
is
started
wrong
on-
with you,
I started on
Amaris?
the 3rd
Yeah.
season. I started on the 3rd season.
What is
and
wrong with
Fine,
you?
that's the worst one.
That's how
Like,
I am with any show. Like, only a show that was exception was Peaky Blinders. That was the only show that was an exception.
dude, almost every show is like has a really strong first season. Like every good show that goes on for like way too long has had a really strong first 2 seasons.
Dexter, Breaking Bad.
I did not
I
like
love the
Breaking
first
Bad.
season. I love the first season of Breaking Bad. I didn't finish it, but I loved that. That show was great. I just didn't like commit because I have an issue with commitment. And
Oh.
there was also that it was like
Yeah,
that
that show's
episode.
a lot.
Saucy.
That
So
Well,
show.
there's
you
also
have-
that episode where I would have
Hold on,
gotten like secondhand embarrassment.
Enough with the shows. I just heard a saucy comment from Andrew. You have issues with commitment?
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
Tell
Tell
us
us your
about
problems.
it. Bud.
We'll try.
I
and
don't
work
know.
with
I don't have to explain anything to you.
That's his.
Dang, he just did the sassy.
Why did you just shut it down like
I
that,
don't
though,
have
bro?
Explain nothing to you.
I don't
I
need to
feel
tell
like
you
Andrew.
nothing.
Andrew, I feel like you need like your own corner where you just like give off sassy like responses to anything Duncan says.
Hey,
Any comment
Hey.
Duncan says in retaliation, you just
why
say
am I-
something like hard and bitter and sassy.
But why am I limited to just Duncan?
he's branching out,
I wouldn't
Amaris.
say anything though. That's the thing.
branching
Like
out.
I wouldn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
I would be sitting there with popcorn, just looking at, just listening on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure.
That's my shit.
Okay, you know what? Fine then. Fine. It can be to me too. One of these days, I will mute your microphone.
Me and Andrew going on. I thought we were gonna go into Hollaback Girl.
What?
No? Okay. No one feels like doing Hollaback Girl with me.
Hollaback girl.
All of you are uncultured.
Yeah, copyright. We can't do that.
No, we cannot. But we can. Instead we can do this.
Get copyright. Get copyright for Tune infringement. That'd be our claim to fame. Milk it for everything we got.
I can't. But so, guys, I was recently keeping myself busy with, other than school, I was, trying to stay, in the game with my writings, and also I actually read a book.
Oh, really?
Yes. I didn't finish it, but I'm
You started.
I'm like 30 pages in.
I get paper cuts. Books
What?
hurt. Books hurt my tiny little brain because I get paper cuts on my big thumb.
Bro, it's you can read a book on your iPhone or something, or your Android, or your iPad.
Too much money.
The most a book costs is $20.
I only have $15 to my name.
So anyway,
And
I
that
read
$15 goes to my
Duncan, will
crippling
you be
addiction to
quiet?
Netflix. I will push this first episode to the limits, Amaris. The amount of times you muted me when I was doing nothing. Oh.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep talking, and I don't care if you talk over me. So I read a book, and it's actually very good. I gave it as a gift to one of my friends for Christmas.
The book is very good.
And it's called Loki,
called
Where Mischief
Loki?
Lies.
The mischief.
Duncan, shut up!
I thought you were gonna keep going.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like to read, I would recommend Loki, Where Mischief Lies. The reason why is because if you are a Marvel fan like myself, which I like. What?
We have an alpha simp.
You know what? I can't. First of all. But other than the book, another thing I've been keeping myself busy with is keeping up with Netflix. So I binged watched the trials of Gabriel.
Gabriel Fernandez.
Yes, Gabriel Fernandez. I was actually very proud of the justice system. I was just displeased with the services that were supposed to protect that child because I feel like they failed him. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Was
This
that
is insane.
LA or California? I think it's California.
I think it was California. Don't take our word for it, ladies and gentlemen, if you have to.
Either or. What do you expect? They're all corrupt out there. Those are so really bad.
But how you do that to your own child, though? Like, for what?
People are evil.
And I don't get why. I'm like...
People are evil. Have you not watched that true crime documentary, Evil Genius or whatever?
Yes.
With the collar bomb?
Yeah.
People are stupidly evil. People are stupid. That's why crime happens, because people are stupid.
I feel like people are bored. I went downstairs one day, and I was by myself, and I had some goldfish. And next thing I knew, I was sitting there making the goldfish talk while recording it, filming a live action film about goldfish.
Well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Amaris, are you okay? Do we need to have an intervention right now? Do we need to have a sit down? Are you okay?
You know what? Yes, we need an intervention, okay? Because I find this whole thing ridiculous, okay? I cannot stand it at all. I need to go and do something. I really, really want there to be some sort of cure that comes within like the next couple of months because I am sick and tired of staying indoors. Today was the one day where I actually felt like I was being human, okay? I did online school for 4 years. 4 years before I was able to go to regular high school, and it was fine. It was fine. But at the same time, this has been like nothing compared to that. Okay, because see, unlike when I was in online school, we at least had like social gatherings and things like that where we could like socialize with each other. Here, we can't do that, and it's like I want to go and live my life to the fullest. Okay, I miss my friends. I also miss going to the library, smelling the smell of books everywhere. I can't stand it. I need to go back to campus and you go to school. I am so done.
Oh, are you? I couldn't tell.
Hear ye. I have officially driven Amaris insane for the very first episode. I have gotten someone to start losing their
Duncan, I care about Duncan. I love you, buddy, but you need to be quiet because I'm not finished. Another thing, I can't stand. Why am I seeing? First of all, let me tell y'all something. The average person takes a piss like probably every 5 to 7 hours out of the day. Maybe. It
Okay.
depends on the person. That's me. But that's probably some people. So why are you buying 50 darn rolls of toilet paper? Not even rolls, 50 darn packages of toilet paper for your house. And you're the only one in that house. So let me clarify something to you, okay? You don't need all that toilet paper. You wanna know why? Because you ain't gonna be going to the bathroom that much. There's gonna be more in stock. So why you buying all this daggone toilet paper, driving to the point where the daggone cashiers and clerks gotta sit there and bum you down and be like, oh, sorry, you can't come out with all the toilet. And then a cat fight start breaking out. And then people sitting there hitting each other because they got too much daggone toilet paper. Stop buying so much toilet paper. You don't need all that toilet paper. Buy yourself a pack of 2 packs of toilet paper. But that's big enough for you to hold within a month. That's it. Only is a month supply, okay? If you are sitting there going to the bathrooms maybe like 20 million times a day and you go through all that toilet paper within a week, you need to go see a doctor, honey, because that's not normal. That's not good, okay? That is not good at all. And I am sorry for you. You need to go to a doctor ASAP because I don't know what is going on with your body. Another thing, why y'all sitting there fronting about cleaning supplies? Why y'all buying cleaning supplies now all of a sudden? My thing is, you should have been clean beforehand. I've never seen so many shelves go empty within a hot minute, all of a sudden because of this pandemic. Beforehand, they were full. I don't get how people were so filthy back then. Y'all should have been clean ahead of time. I'm done.
All right, so Maris from the Hood Maris just came out.
Hood mess.
Oh no, that wasn't Hood Maris.
I don't know, man. You were sounding like it.
Because I don't get it. Why are there so many hand sanitizers going out of stock within because of this pandemic? Meanwhile, they should have been going out of stock beforehand. People are so daggone filthy. Like, I don't get it. What is wrong with you? How weren't you this clean before? First of all, how many hand sanitizers do you need? How many do you need?
You got so angry that your microphone changed.
I think you unplugged your mic.
How many do you need?
That's hilarious.
I'm waiting for the day Andrew finally snaps. It's gonna be wonderful.
When I snap, it's gonna be hilarious.
Yes, I want to see it now. Everyone snaps. Everyone snaps. Episode 1. Let's go. Come on.
Pet peeves.
My biggest peeve is when people chew like cows.
Oh, with their mouth open?
Yes.
I mean, that's valid.
And my another biggest peeve is when people do not wash their hands after they use the bathroom.
Oh, it's disgusting. There's so many times where I know that people are in the bathroom, they just leave and they don't wash their hands, and I'm like,
I'm gonna turn my mic down real. There we go. So, Andrew, would you want to go first?
What do you mean?
With talking about your biggest pet peeve?
I don't know, man. My personal pet peeve. I don't like people talking down to me. Like, especially if they're people like seriously, like if somebody, especially if they're like this, like of the same like level, like if they're like the same level of respectability as me, like a fellow student who is not in a like position of power, and they like talk to me like I'm like 3, I will get very mad very quickly.
I think I did that to you one time, and I didn't even know.
I mean, like, sometimes it's like, there's like scenarios where I'm like, yes, all right, but then it's like, if it's really uncalled for, then I'm like, I riot.
If I'm explaining something to you, then yeah. But I don't think I think I'm in the clear.
Yeah, like, it's a very, like, specific scenario where, like, we're just doing nothing. We're just chilling. And then all of a sudden, like, doing whatever. We're hanging out, having fun, doing whatever we're doing. Doing what the kids do or whatever, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I'm getting like talked to like I'm in like the 12th grade, and I'm like like, come on, man. I'm like, oh, like I can go to like prison. Like, why are you talking to me? Like I'm just gonna go to timeout. Like, come on. Like, there are real consequences. There are bigger things than just this. And you're talking to me like I'm 3. Like, it's annoying. My like first.
You're very baby faced. In their defense, you're very baby faced.
My first like academic advisor in college, they talked to me like that. They kept being like, "Oh, so like you can like do this and that," and like just I'm like, oh, yo, just tell us me straight. Stop like sugarcoating it for me. I'm like an adult. I need to like I need you to tell me how this is gonna work, and I don't need you to be all like cooey about it, like coy. I don't need this.
I mean, that's what they're trained to do.
To a college student, to like like an 18-year-old who's like I don't like the explanation of stuff. It wasn't like the problem. It was the attitude in which the explanation was given, which was the problem. Sometimes I don't know what my pet peeves are until I start talking about them, and I realize I've been talking about a pet peeve, pretty much for like an hour, and then I'm like,
Ooh, another pet peeve I thought of that you can't stand. Remember back when we used to do, not even back then, like when you used to do work study,
yeah,
the way people would wrap up their wire cords
oh yeah, that
and
is a
lose
bit of a
the tripod
the
plates.
brick, yeah. Oh man, it's just disrespecting the equipment, and I'm like, that's not cool. All right, well, you know what? Whatever. I'm still. It's still it still annoys me because it's still like, look, if you're like, I don't know, if this is like the thing, and I'm not talking about just you. Like I'm because you don't do it as nearly as much as like I see it just in general around. Like you do it a lot, I should say. Like I don't witness you doing it, so you particularly don't annoy me that much. But there are people who I just see do it all the time, and I'm like, man, this is like, isn't this like the major that you signed up for? How can you do this? And like, how can you be in this like industry and not know how to properly wrap a cable? It is like it is the like most basic principle of like working on like a set. It's crazy.
Duncan, you're very quiet and it's disturbing me.
Why
Okay.
is it very disturbing?
What?
I'm just enjoying all of this.
So, Duncan, what's your pet peeve?
People who lie.
Lie?
That
Lie?
pisses me off because I always find out. Like I literally
Oh
always
yeah.
find out whether someone is lying or not. It is the biggest pet peeve of mine. Like literally, I could be like, let me give an example or something like that.
An occurrence that happened earlier in your years at our school, and it involved a girl that was with your roommate.
Oh, yeah, that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
That really pissed me off. So, story goes, right? Orientation weekend. I'm not even there for like a day and a half, maybe. My roommate decides, you know what? Now would be a great time to bang some freshman chicks. So he's like, all right, and goes pick up one from like our class. She's a nice girl. Got something wrong with her face. Okay, like butterface to the extreme, but it's whatever. She's nice. I don't give a shit. And so I'm laying down in bed, and they come walking in like they're making out. They're sucking face like there's no tomorrow. Like looks like there's a alien symbiote like sucking his face off, like type shit like that, right? So I'm just laying there, and then they get in bed, and it looks like they're gonna start making moves, and I'm like, okay, what the? Do they not even notice I'm here? They pop on some Kevin Hart on the laptop, on his laptop for Netflix for background noise. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're gonna put on Kevin Hart when you're and so, you know what? I'm like, I need a shower. I'm nasty right now. I was at the gym. So I get up, I go grab my clothes and shower, and they're like, when the did you get here? I'm like, I was here the whole time if you didn't notice from sucking face. So take a shower, come back, and the room is completely dark. I can't see my roommate at all, and I'm standing at the doorway, letting my eyes adjust, and I don't see anything except my roommate, and he's holding the covers like up to his chin and just like staring back at me, and I'm like, what the going on? And then I see this slowly start like this big like bump underneath the covers, just slowly moving up and down. I'm like, are you joking? Are you joking? And I'm like, okay, whatever. I throw my laundry in the laundry hamper. I just crash in my bed, and I pretend like I'm asleep. And so they're going, and I roll over one time, and I see she's pinning him to the bed, right? He's pinned to the bed, and I'm like, holy shit. And so, you know, eventually I just like pretend I'm asleep, and they get up and they leave because they go to her room because they don't want to disturb me, even though they've already pretty much disturbed my entire night with that shit show. So they go to her room and they try to continue it there, but her roommate and her roommate and the guy she decides to that night come back as well. So they don't end up. So, well, actually, they did, but not for as long as they wanted to. So, the very next day, or that same week, we're going to like dinner. We're going to dinner. We're walking up from the residence hall. We're going to dinner. And one of the kids comes up to us. He's like, "Hey, man, I heard what happened." And we're like, "What happened?" It's like, this chick's going around saying that you raped her, that you sexually assaulted her. And I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? Hold on. What? I watched this lady probably my roommate. She had him pinned to the bed, almost close with using the covers as to tie him there. Like, hello? No. She had his wrist pinned above his head while she was going down on him. No. He did not do anything about that. I was so pissed. Like, so it's your first week. It's your first week, and you decide that you're gonna hook up with some dude, and you regret it later, and you're just gonna accuse that guy of rape. Like, what the You know how many lives that could ruin? Like, how stupid do you have to be? You know, it makes sense because she's right.
Oof.
No, don't do that, bro. No.
I hate it.
Look, man.
I hate it. I hate it so much, and I hate people who lie.
Wow. All right. I see our line. It's very skewed line, but I see the line. Look, man. If like
me
on because of a story about a girl lying about a guy raping her,
because he specifically said, you know.
And that's another thing that pisses me off about the school is that there's so many kids who are probably born with silver spoons in their mouth and probably never had mommy or daddy yell at them because they're good little boys and girls. Like, pisses me off.
My biggest peeve, like I said, is when people chew like cows. I understand people chew their foods differently, but must you do it where I can see your food? Because I would not like to sit right across from you and then a steak piece comes flying out your mouth because you're chewing your food like a freaking cow that is on a wild spree. Or better yet, not even a cow, a freaking wild coyote or whatever, or hyena that's chewing its freaking food.
Food.
Don't make fun of the way. That's another peeve of mine. I cannot stand when you and other people try to correct the way I talk.
I don't correct you. I just make fun of you.
Yeah, me too.
And you corrected me. You try to correct the way I said water.
Water.
No, I did.
Water. Like a squirt of water.
Like why do I gotta add so much emphasis to the T? That's like saying wheat thins. No, it's wheat thins. Why do I gotta say water? No, it's adding too much emphasis on the T.
But all right, whatever.
I'm just saying. Like that's
Like,
the
there were
way
so
I
many-
say it. I've said it like that ever since I was younger. What was another word that you tried? There were so many other words that you tried to correct me on. Also,
I never
when I say
correct you.
GIF. When I say GIF and teeth.
Well, that's an arguable one. That's one that we can argue on that
one. But
one.
not just you. Other people do it too.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
an arguable
oh
one.
no, it's the T. I'm like GIF because that's how I'm still saying with the T, but it's just a soft T.
Oh, see, we just had the same. I thought you were saying a GIF. Like,
no, not the
like,
GIF.
like a graphical. I'm sorry. Say that again.
GIF.
Okay, moving on.
Oh no, we're gonna have a problem here.
First of all, that's another word for another conversation.
That's a graphic.
That's another word for another conversation.
But like English though.
The English language sucks, okay? There's not one correct way to say
and what do you want to
something.
say to my mom who says instead of idea, it's idea, instead of mirror, it's mira?
That's what my family, sometimes they say mirror. And I'm like, okay, mirror. I say the same thing too, mirror.
Okay, do you say idea instead of idea?
No, Medea says that. Is your mom from the South?
No.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you.
She's from Pittsburgh.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because, I mean, most people from the South, they add a lot of emphasis.
She's from Pittsburgh. She lived in Long Island, is what she said. Instead of Long Island, it's Long Island.
Long Island.
But you know what? That's cool. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine.
But why is that fine?
Any word is fine.
Okay, sure. Like personally, I don't care how you say things unless I can't understand what you're saying. Because then we're gonna have miscommunication.
I don't think anyone can understand what I'm saying at the time. Like when I say, all right, 1, 2, 3, be honest, I don't think anyone can understand what I'm saying. I just speak in like different tongues of galactic languages.
You're just like, I'm in another time zone.
You probably say fitty too.
What?
You're probably the type of person who says fitty as well instead of 50.
What the number? Oh, 50?
God.
Like what, 51, 52, 53?
50.
I said 50.
50.
No, when I'm counting like when I'm counting money, I will say 50 because when I count money, I count fast. But I try my best to say 50. That's because my mom she's that's how she counts money and that's how she says numbers. So guys, I just want to know any final comments before we wrap things up.
Corona.
Which one of you said that?
That was me. That was Andrew. That was me. I wanted to get my F-bomb in.
Duncan.
He's just gonna do one every episode.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna get me. So
One day.
Nah.
One day.
Yeah,
It'll
one
happen.
day.
Hood
It'll
Maris.
What did you just say?
You said Hood Maris will come out.
No, that's not what you said at first.
Yeah, it is.
I have the recording to save this. I'm gonna play it back.
Sure, fine. We'll have a
Hood Maris.
We'll have a conversation about it later, but whatever.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
But thank you guys for listening. We are
Fine,
impressed.
I called you Hood Maris by accident. I'm sorry. I'd much rather have this conversation now on air than in private, because I feel like it'd be scarier in private.
How would it be scarier?
Because there isn't an audience to protect me.
Like do anything
So
to
now
you.
if Andrew goes missing, everyone knows what happened to him.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, I don't know where Andrew lives.
Thus, Andrew is ensuring his safety next episode. He's just struggling to get by. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Nightlife University lecture. We will happily see you next week.
We will see you next week. So thank you again for listening to us. We hope you stay safe and survive COVID-19. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Stay saucy.
Deuces.
Stay saucy.